For a long time, the Gears of War series has been one of the best in gaming when it comes to Easter eggs, and I'm happy to report that Gears 5 continues that proud tradition. In today's video, we're going to take a look at 15 Easter eggs, secrets or references in Gears 5. Now, of course, I'm far from perfect, and there's a chance that I may have missed an Easter egg, and if you think I have, the best place to let me know is on Instagram, Twitter or Discord. The links to all three are in the description. Oh, and this video will contain spoilers for the previous Gears of War games, but no spoilers for Gears 5. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So to start things off, let's take a look at a couple of references found within the game's collectibles. The campaign of Gears 5 has 90 collectibles in total, but a few of them stand out more than others. The first one is this. So this star was awarded to Dominic Santiago for courage. Fans of the series will recall Dom was Marcus's buddy in the first 3 Gears of War games, before sacrificing his life in Gears of War 3 to save the squad.
Dom! No!
The next collectible of interest can be found at the start of Chapter 2. This helmet belonged to Ben Carmine, or Benjamin Carmine, another fan favourite character who died during the events of Gears of War 2. That's not the only Carmine family collectible in the game either. During Act 4 you can find this. So this helmet belonged to Anthony Carmine, who appeared in the first Gears of War and died after being shot in the head by a sniper.
It keeps jamming! See? Sniper! Take position!
The final collectible worth mentioning can once again be found in Act 4. So these dog tags belong to Min Young Kim, who died at the hands of General Rahm in the original Gears of War.
Strategy remains the same. Cut off the head of the snake, and the body dies.
Oh, and just before we move on, can we discuss just how scary General Rahm is the first time we see him? How he slowly walks towards Kim is terrifying. So those are just some of the collectibles that can be found that tie into previous games in the Gears of War series. But there is more to the collectibles than meets the eye. During Act 4 Chapter 1, you can find a memorial wall commemorating those that lost their lives during the war. If you have managed to collect all 90 collectibles in the game, a button prompt will appear.
Private Ben Carmine, sir! Reporting for duty, sir!
Every life we save today is something special. It's another chance for someone.
Go forth and bring back the hope of humanity!
But all I can do is make sure you all have a future.
Here's to the good fight, and living to see another day.
Welcome to Delta Squad.
Something's wrong with this thing! It keeps jamming!
Everything happens for a reason.
Look, Marcus is busy saving the world again, so I gotta be there.
So from left to right we have Richard Prescott, Ty Caliso, Dominic Santiago, Adam Phoenix, Min Young Kim, Anthony Carmine, Benjamin Carmine, Alicia Valera, and Michael Barrick. All pretty important characters in previous Gears of War games that lost their lives. Also, I should say a huge thank you to XGeoThumbs on Reddit, Twitter and YouTube for not only finding this Easter egg, but also sending the footage over for me to include in this video. It's hugely appreciated. So now that we have the collectibles out of the way, let's take a look at a surprise cameo in Gears 5. At the start of Chapter 2, you can hear two people having a conversation. I wonder if any of you recognise the female guard's voice.
Goddamn Snowman's chewed right through the support beams. So the hole's patched, but look, let's just say I'm not gonna sleep real well tonight.
Hey, we'll defend ourselves. We always do.
What we need is more in-place guns on the wall. More mine traps around the perimeter. That doesn't even matter, because every time they attack, we're back at square zero.
You want to talk to him about it?
Say what?
Tell him what you told me. You're concerned.
So that was the voice of former IGN employee and current Funhaus host / reviewer Alanah Pearce. This next Easter egg is one of my favourites in the game, even though it's pretty small. During Chapter 4 of Act 1, you have to pass through a dressing room. One of the pictures in the dressing room is a little different from the others. So what first appears to be a regular snowman is clearly meant to resemble Marcus Phoenix. It even has a little bit of hair on his chin. This next Easter egg is one that can be found within minutes of starting the game. So in Act 1, Chapter 1, if you activate the pulse ability, you can spot a message hidden in the water.
Dave, pulse.
A thank you from the Coalition for playing Gears 5. A nice touch. So if you play Gears of War 4, you may remember a pretty funny Easter egg you could find if you ran JD through some tables and chairs.
You done? For now.
And that same Easter egg is back in Gears 5. Once again, in Act 1, if you knock over some chairs, this will happen.
Grow up.
That's not the end of this Easter egg though. If you have one of the sentry robots with you when you do this, this will happen instead.
Comments, concerns, please call right to the Ministry of Settlements.
Grow up.
Citizen, misuse of common property is a final offense.
Your call, James.
Lieutenant James Dominic Phoenix, you are classified as an enemy of the state.
Oh, that's not good.
God damn it.
So even though you're branded an enemy of the state, the robot doesn't attack you, so all this really did was annoy your dad. So I actually found this next Easter egg the very first day Gears 5 released. During Act 1, you will drop down into a sewer with Del. If you shoot the 4 valves that are on the wall, this will happen. Easter egg, baby!
What's that?
So it's a mace with a fish on the end. When it comes to using the Fishy Mace, it's pretty much a one-hit kill on most enemies. I love the fact that the characters in the Gears games comment on Easter eggs. The same thing happened in Gears of War Judgment.
Oh, what the hell's going on here?
Easter egg.
One of the most popular Easter eggs in Gears of War 4 was Dom's tomatoes. If you shot all of the tomato plants at Marcus's estate, you could trigger some funny dialogue. Here's an example.
How long I've worked on this fucking house alone? You know what it's like being a fucking hermit? Fixing a house? There's no Home Depot out here, you fucking assholes.
Doing this also gave you the special Dom's Tom's grenades, which were basically exploding tomatoes. It's a really good Easter egg. Well, in Gears 5 you can once again destroy more tomato plant pots and get a pretty predictable reaction.
You lousy shitboxes! You fucking barbarians! What do these plants do to you, huh? Puke-faced fascists! Go terrorize someone else, you tit-brained idiots!
Oh, and you can also find crates of tomatoes with Marcus Phoenix's name on them too. The man sure does love his tomatoes. Heading back to Act 4 now, and it's another throwback to Gears of War 1. As you progress through the level, you come across a piano. It doesn't have a button prompt letting you know that you can interact with the piano, but that doesn't mean we can't get a tune out of it.
Gotta be a way through here. We're running out of time.
So if that sounded familiar, and it really should, it's the original Gears of War main theme. The final Easter egg in this video can be found in Act 1. As you progress through the level, you come to a section where you have to stealth kill some DBs. Well, if you make it all the way through the level without alerting the DB at the top of the stairs, this will happen. So just to confirm, you can get spotted here and the Easter egg will still activate. As long as a DB that dances doesn't spot you, you should be fine. So that's it. That's 15 Easter eggs, secrets or references in Gears 5. I'm pretty certain this video is only going to scratch the surface when it comes to Gears 5 Easter eggs, so be sure to let me know if I've missed any. As always, the links to my Instagram, Twitter and my Discord will be in the description. If you enjoyed this video, then a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.